Since man first set foot on the moon, NASA, with its talented team of scientists, astronomers, and scientists, has built the most incredible spacecraft ever explored our galaxy and revealing the mysteries of the universe for decades. Now they have revealed a terrifying image taken by the Hubble Space Telescope that will determine the fate of our existence. Can the Hubble Space Telescope see the sky? Join us to explore the sky through the Hubble Space Telescope. An image of the sky, a stunning image captured by NASA's Hubble Space Telescope, has resurfaced. On December 26, 1994, at the NASA office in the United States, scientists were amazed by the images captured by the Hubble Space Probe. As they analyzed the image, they found a white city somewhere in space. The NASA team was amazed and shocked by what they found. When Hubble's web server went down, they couldn't respond quickly enough. As a result, images, once reserved for private research and closed astronomical laboratories, become available to an international audience. In no time, the pictures spread all over the internet. The U.S. government quickly classified the images to control public outcry and prevent them from being viewed by the public. However, it didn't last long, as a photographer captured it at Ellington Airport, showing what appeared to be towers, columns, caves, and structures that looked like buildings. One of the photos taken was of a crazy scene, and University of Florida professor Ken Wilson, armed with a handheld magnifying glass, studied the scene in detail. In the professor's research, he noticed that the foggy area looked different. It was clear that there were no errors or problems when sending the image from Hubble to Earth, and NASA experts believed that the difference in telescope lenses could not be attributed. After an impromptu meeting, NASA officials decided to retake the site where the anomaly was discovered. For this mission, they set up the Hubble telescope for the highest possible resolution, and the telescope's lenses are aimed precisely at a part of the starry sky. After a few minutes of excitement, the telescope took pictures. In order not to waste time, the image is displayed on the largest screen in the laboratory and the attention of the researchers. The once foggy area is now clear, scaring observers. It seems to create light by itself, and it looks like a city. Similar to the cities built in the classic tradition of fairy tales and the postmodern images of cities from the past, this imaginary city is a glittering world. This structure extends into infinite space, covering billions of kilometers. This secret city was called the City of God. Most thought it was heaven. Someone from NASA said that the city might be home to the souls of the dead. But hold on. These NASA guys' imaginations are a little wild. They try to convince things that are more like fiction than science. When researchers analyzed the Hubble telescope images, they discovered something interesting. The city wasn't just there. It moved with the galaxies. This program followed the laws of the Big Bang Theory and followed the laws of the universe. But here's where it gets even better. Scientists discovered something else about how the city moves. Imagine a 3D model of the outer edges of the world displayed on a large screen. It is not that the world has passed us by. No, it seems that the Earth has distanced itself from the City of God and made it the center of the world. They used a computer model to show how galaxies move away from the city. Therefore, the more they explored, the more mysterious and wonderful this City of God became. It's like a puzzle where each piece reveals a new mystery about the world, challenging us to think beyond what we know, to keep our curiosity alive for what lies beyond. Our world. There are many claims that NASA tried to hide this amazing phenomenon from people. The reason behind this alleged occultation is not clear, but it raises the question of the reasons behind such a planetary observation. The discovery, the largest amount of scientific data ever collected, has not been published for fear of causing a global shock, which is a bit sad and hard to believe. Computer-enhanced images are protected from public view. On closer inspection, the image reveals remarkable details that defy the concept of natural structures. Towers, pillars, and even the shape of a watchtower can be seen. This image depicts a galactic city with a strange geography, questioning the truth of its origin. There are angels moving around all these structures. Yes, angels. Scientists first thought they had discovered a new constellation because of their brightness and intense colors, but within minutes they realized they were real. NASA reports that angels are bright orange in color. A group of angels were reportedly spotted flying together, and an image was taken of the 3 billion-year-old star cluster NGC 3532. Astronomers believe the unusual transmission was a mistake because the $1.5 billion error. However, later Hubble's view of the 50-meter-long angels became clearer, with wings and horns. A spaceplane engineer said it was 50 feet long and had wings the size of an airplane. All of them have round and calm eyes. They seem happy to be photographed by the Hubble telescope. They seem to be smiling at each other, as if letting the rest of the world into a glorious mystery. Officials from the aviation department reminded that seeing angels is not the first proof that angels and heaven exist. A Russian scientist who flew to the United States in 1985 says that Soviet cosmonauts encountered the same group of bright and smiling angels years ago in the 20th day of the Soyuz mission. He says they may find millions of angels there. The Hubble telescope works, and the American and Soviet governments produce abundant evidence that angels are watching over us. Apparently, the photo was shared with the public on the day after Christmas in 1994, which sparked outrage. The timing of this revelation piqued our interest and thought that there was a genius behind the unveiling of this heavenly wonder at a time of good imagination and spirituality. As we all know, Christmas is a time wrapped in a spirit of warmth, love, and spirit, when people participate in celebrations, spend time with loved ones, and reflect on values of love, hope, and kindness. In this period, there is a strong sense of openness to wonder, miracles, and God. Therefore, the timing of the release of the picture, which was strategically placed after Christmas, was almost made to attract public attention. After Christmas, people often feel more spiritual and willing to listen to the wonderful and important thoughts of heaven. This will spread the word like wildfire and nobody will be spared. The mood of the moment is neutral, a strategy of using the emotions of the moment to grab attention. Some say that NASA has discovered the most surprising thing. Did NASA discover the sky? Whether or not what is seen in this picture is true is not yet known for sure. But one thing is certain, people have been saying for decades that NASA has found evidence of some religious system. When scientists started digging into the world clock, people started to claim evidence of God. In a similar story in 2016, an image appeared online showing the doors of heaven in fog. The captions made earlier claims that scientists were confused by what they saw, but that was not true because the photo was fake. In fact, it was an art that was later chosen to sell a religious message online. This image is one of many similar works by Adam Ferris, an artist who used pixel art to create artwork from Hubble images. Ferris started with the authentic Hubble image of Messier 17, the Swan Nebula, and he created the so-called gates of heaven by arranging pixels to form stacks. Ferris never made any claims about the accuracy of his work, but it was later confirmed by third parties who added to the Heaven's Gate story. Similarly, the image of the sky was first published in the weekly Earth News entitled Heaven Photographed by the Hubble Telescope. The story was also published online in 2009, although the weekly World News was known as a supermarket paper about half-bat/half-human hybrids and knowing you're an alien. This particular story of paradise attracted them. The story is based on weak truth. We begin by talking about the Hubble corrections, as mentioned earlier, the corrections that corrected the mirror error and the first clear images that were taken later. According to the paper, Hubble astronomers pointed to the edge of the universe and saw a burning celestial city speeding through space. The image, like the magazine itself, is black and white. It looked like a distant city or a great house on a hill against a dark, starry sky. Waves of light spread out from the edges of the city, pulling outwards at odd angles. This helps to sell the look and feel of the city. But many argue that this also shows its false nature and say that the spikes are wrong.